I'm Brent Graves, Director of Road Bikes here at Specialized. We're at Interbike this year, talking about two of our really key, exciting products for 2012. It'll be the new Tarmac SL4, and in a moment, the Venge. Some of the key components that really make us Tarmac special, something we've been really building on for years, is the overall ride quality that's derived from stiffness. And what we've done this year to really amplify that is the curvature of the head tube, where the top tube and the down tube meet the head tube. And basically what happens is, if we think of a flatbed trailer, or actually better, a business car. So when we got a flat surface like this, which is normally what you find on the head tube, then it's very susceptible to what we call breathing, flexing when it's under load. But if we preload that like this, then apply the force, then it resists it much more. So that's the fundamental concept here of taking the top tube around and swallowing the head tube. Same with the down tube, is adding a lot more stiffness because it's resisting that force. What that enabled us to do was go back down size in the lower crown race bearing here. We were 1.5 inches. That's how we derived our stiffness in the past. But now with this shaping top and bottom, we're able to go to 1 3/8, which one, reduces weight, two, it actually enables a little more compliance in the fork. So we've got the best of all worlds. We've added front end feel and stiffness while reducing weight and improving compliance. That's a big area for the Tarmac. Another area is on the seat stay. A big trend on seat stays has been smaller and smaller diameter seat stays for improved ride quality, at the same time beefing up the lower section of the bike for good power transmission. But we got feedback from some of our key professional riders in Europe that under very high speed descents, we're talking 50, 60 miles an hour, they got some sensation from the braking that they wanted to improve upon. So we kept very, very thin here at the top for compliance, narrow it down here at the seat stay again for compliance, but you see right here in the middle where the brake mount is, the brake bridge, we've got what basically referred to as a bulge to provide a lot more of a solid foundation for that rear brake. So improved braking while still maintaining the lightweight and compliance. Another key aspect of the Tarmac SL4, something we've had introduced with the Tarmac SL3, and that is the one-piece bottom bracket chainstay design. So instead of having joints in high-low locations like right here on mini frames in the marketplace, we actually expand this entire area to make it one piece. So the joints are moved away from the high-stress locations, giving you a much more efficient power transmission from the frame. We call that the one-piece bottom bracket chainstay. Another small but significant detail on the new Tarmac SL4 is the internal cable routing. We spent a lot of time on this to make it fully integrated, not just some holes in the frame, but you can see they're actually molded in, bullet stops, and then a very large, you can't see right here, but a very large opening underneath to make it easy to thread the cable through and to replace one cable at a time, so it's very easy to maintain over the long haul. All right, so now we're looking at the 2012 S-Works Venge. Key element on the Venge, the fundamental principle driving this entire project was an overall complete bike. Matter of fact, we like to say more bike than aero. There have been aero bikes in the past, there'll be aero bikes in the future, but really what we want to do is make sure that we didn't compromise overall ride quality just for aerodynamics. So we tried to balance the aerodynamic efficiency along with stiffness and weight to provide an overall package. Some of the key elements here to get that aero benefit are, first, you can see from the front, we've got a very, very narrow frontal area on the head tube and narrow stance on the fork. But we still maintain 1 3/8 lower bearing race, so we have the width there to provide the torsional stiffness when you're loading the bike in corners or sprinting. So again, balance there between aerodynamics and stiffness. Another small feature, but it all adds up, integrated top cap for the headset. You can see very smooth for the air to flow across the head tube down the top tube. Speaking of the airflow, our aerodynamicists worked very hard to make sure the airflow from the front to the down tube was very smooth. We want to keep that air attached. When the air detaches, that's when you get the turbulence, that slows the frame down. Cost of rider energy. Probably the most significant and unique aspect of the new Venge are the seat stays. The seat stays are cambered and they have an asymmetrical cross section that speed the air across the seat stays faster than a normal design.
And on the road side, we have some equally exciting advancements on the 2012 Amira. The Amira is our high-performance road bike for women, and it's an all-new platform this year that utilizes SL4 technology. This is a FactIs 11M carbon frame at the S-Works level, and some of the features that went into the Amira to make it the fastest riding and the most efficient bike are the head tube area. So we utilize a custom 1 3/8" lower bearing on this fork and in the head tube, in the steer tube where it meets the head tube, optimizing both compliance and stiffness so that the rider has the perfect balance of a quick handling bike without it being too harsh. Some of the other features that go into the bike, again, a one-piece oversized bottom bracket chainstay area. It maximizes that pedaling efficiency, making sure that out of the saddle, any performance rider is going to get that really quick sprint in the bike. Some of the features that go into making this a women's model and unique for female riders are custom tube sets, custom diameter tube sets. And what that means is that every single size bike has a different diameter tube set, so that each rider has the same amazing ride quality for stiffness and compliance. Some of the other features that are on the bike that we're really excited about is an all-new Aura saddle. And the Aura saddle has a carbon base and carbon rails. So really optimizing all of the features that go on the bike. This is the first ever shaped saddle that we've launched for women, based on a lot of body geometry testing and analysis. So really lightweight, high performance women's road saddle matched with a carbon SL women's bar. Some of the features that make this unbelievable for this bike is a 75mm reach and 123mm drop. So for smaller hands, they can really get on the bike with confidence and have all-day riding comfort. As I mentioned, this is an S-Works model, so this is the Halo product within the Amira line, but another new exciting feature in the Amira family is the introduction of an all-new Amira base level, coming in at a really great opening price point, getting riders hooked on that fantastic ride quality at an all-new level. And we're offering that in both Apex, SRAM Apex drivetrains, as well as the all-new Shimano 10-speed Tiagra, which increases the gear range of Tiagra to an 1130 rear cassette. So a lot of new exciting features throughout the entire line, making sure that any woman who's looking for a performance road bike has an option, whether it's that super top line Halo product or just getting into that sport and wants to get hooked with some good product. All new Amira, sick. Okay, so we're going to talk about Roval wheels for a moment. Roval is something Specialized has been working on for a number of years. We've made some real good gains in on the 2011 bikes and mountain bikes. 2012, we want to take some more steps on road. This is a very, very significant wheel for us. It's called the Roval Rapide AL35. It's a 35mm deep rim made out of aluminum. It's pretty difficult to roll the aluminum rim in this depth without having waviness and so forth, but we've worked long and hard to solve that. It's got about the same aerodynamic efficiency as our 45mm hybrid rim found on like the Venge Pro. So we get the same aerodynamic benefit with a 35, just focused on the aerodynamic shape. In addition, the width of the rim, trend right now in rim design is to go wider to open up the tire, give you more air volume. You can run a slightly lower pressure, have a more comfortable ride, and depending on the tire selection, actually have lower rolling resistance. So key features again, 35mm rim, aerodynamic shape that has the same benefit of a 45mm, and then the width here to provide for more open tire volume, smoother ride, lower rolling resistance. Roval Rapide AL35. All right, so one of the most favorite wheels inside the Morgan Hill headquarters is the new Fusée SLX wheel. It's generally referred to as a climbing wheel because it's very light, roughly about 1,450 grams a pair. It's got asymmetrical design, meaning that the front and rear rims are different shape depending on their requirements. So the front rim is 22mm tall, the rear rim is 24mm tall, and the rear rim is also features an off-center spoke bed to more equalize spoke tension from non-drive and drive side. The great thing about this wheel, as with the Roval Rapide AL35, it's a bit wider rim, so again, it opens up the tire, gives you more air volume, more compliant ride, lower rolling resistance. It's just a super smooth ride. It comes stock on the S-Works Tarmac SL4. Fantastic match because you have the lightweight of the wheel, the smooth ride of the wheel, and a fantastic feel and stiffness of the Tarmac SL4. So that's why we're extremely excited about this wheel set on that bike. It works on any bike, but it's a great combination
for the Tarmac SL4. Just want to thank you for checking out some of the new 2012 Specialized road product. We talked about the Tarmac SL4, fantastic ride feel, great stiffness, world-class performance. Also the new Venge, more bike than aero, one of the fastest bikes on the road, great aerodynamic features without sacrificing stiffness and weight. As well, we touched on the new Roval Rapide AL35 and the Venge SLX. Again, thanks for checking out some of the 2012 Specialized road and wheel products. We're here at Interbike 2011 here in Vegas. That's all. Altogether, these aerodynamic benefits can add up to save a rider about 20 watts at 25 miles an hour. That's the difference between being in that group and being actually a protagonist or getting spit out the back. 20 watts. Another way to look at it, that's 0.6 of a mile an hour. So with the same energy, you're riding down the road at 25 miles an hour or 25.6 miles an hour. That's solely from the frame, nothing else. Frame and fork.